Imagine that in 1595 BCE, the Hittite army marched on Babylon but stumbled in a desert sandstorm. Without a sack, Hammurabi's legacy stayed alive without interruption. His law called Guruisha, adding new clauses on trade, science, and human rights. Babylonian scribes perfected cuneiform into an elegant script that spread across Mesopotamia like wildfire. Centuries later, when Cyrus the Great advanced toward Babylon in 539 BCE, he faced ramparts twice as thick, built from innovation tested against earlier Hittite raids. Allied with Elam and Scythian horsemen, Babylon repelled his siege towers. Cyrus, frustrated, withdrew east. The mighty Achaemenid Empire never rose in the same way, and Persia remained a cluster of smaller kingdoms. Without Persia uniting the Near East, Greek city-states stayed separated. Athens and Sparta traded in boys with Babylon instead of waging wars across the Aegean. Babylon scholars opened the great house of tablets to Greek philosophers. Socrates traveled east to study Babylonian geometry. By 450 BCE, an exchange of ideas had merged Platonic thought with Babylonian algebra. Proof by contradiction made quadratic formulas under the same root. When Alexander the Great marched in 330 BCE, he discovered not a broken palace but a thriving university city. Rather than conquest, he sat at a lecture hall. He invited Babylonian astronomers to his court in Macedonia. Aristotle himself learned to chart planets by the zigzag ziggurats on clay tablets. Greek drama, poetry, and political theory blended with Babylonian precision in timekeeping and law. That fusion created a new model of government, Holy's Court, where citizens governed through a council balanced by codified law. That idea traveled west into Rome, shaping republican ideals earlier and more deeply. By the fall of Rome, Europe already had a taste of Babylonian democracy, catchable through Latin translations of cuneiform tablets. In our world today, we still count time in 60. Every hour, we thank Babylonian astronomers. Our calendars follow their lunar cycle. Our legal terms, contract, testament, equity, descend from Akkadian roots. City planners built terrace gardens in public parks, a nod to Babylon's early horticulture. Even our computers carry a legacy of base 60 logic in encryption keys and network protocols. All these threads began with a storm that kept Babylon standing, a fortress that never failed to Cyrus, and a meeting of East and West in a library rather than a battlefield. This single twist would reshape philosophy, law, and science. When you glance at your clock or scroll through legal documents, remember, a few grains of sand in the desert once rewrote history and set our world spinning.